The Minister for Energy's house is prepared.
The National Service Scheme Director has been remanded in custody, okay, and is because of alleged embezzlement or stealing of some 86.9 million Ghana cedis belonging to the state and extra. Now, the president has now appointed a new person, Dr. Professor White, to take temporary charge of the scheme, and especially with all the things that have been undertaken following the investigations by the BNI, you should say these are the positive steps that the president seems to have taken, and now the right people are being put before the bars or the courts.
Yeah, well, I wish Dr. Professor White well. I think that, I mean, it's something that he has to sort of go in there, take the bull by the horns, and make sure that we rid the National Service Scheme off the rot. And of course, we have to commend the BNI for basically doing that. My only problem with these is that it's taken this while for us to even get to the stage. What it means really is that when
investigations were conducted by the BNI,
I know. My point is that if we have this happening on the National Service Scheme, you can just imagine what's going on in other government institutions. So we shouldn't stop there. Of course, the issue has now gotten to the law courts, and then we would leave the merits of the case actually to the courts to decide. But what it brings into question is the fact that when these things happen, in my estimation, right, it has political oversight responsibility, right? That's coming from the Ministry of Education, right? Now, elsewhere, when things like this, as grave as this happen, right, the heads start rolling, or even the
ministry.
Yes, if I was a Minister of Education, I would tender in a resignation.
Okay, let me ask
because of that. You know why?
Is it enough?
You know why? You know why? You know why?
To what purpose does it serve?
It serves one.
To what purpose does it serve? We have the Minister of Education, the Chief Director, as well as who else?
No,
who else has oversight responsibility?
It gives
somebody at GES resigning.
It gives an indication. It gives an indication that if you are a district director, a regional director of National Service Secretariat or any other state institution, if a single ghost name is found in the record, heads will roll. Everybody in this country in the public sector will sit up. What we've done is that, of course, he's a big shot, but what we've done in the past is that when things like this happen, we go there and choose the small fish over there and then make them accountable for the rot that's happening. Because you cannot tell me that we'll be paying close to 7.9 million cedis every year, right? And even people at the Accountant General Department linked to the various what do you call it? Rural banks. There were a couple of rural banks that were actually implicated in this matter, are not aware of it. 20,000 people, ghost names.
22,000.
Exactly. 22,000 ghost names. Somebody should be held culpable for it. And it doesn't stop.
Well,
it doesn't stop because
we have the director, the executive director.
It doesn't stop there because what I know for a fact is that all these monies, right, are generated deliberately, right, to fund political party activities.
That's an allegation. That's an allegation, Mr. Chief. That's political talk now.
Thank you very much. I want to wish Professor White congratulations. That is hard time for him. He's not chosen because of something. There is some element in him that they thought that when he's appointed there, he will do well. So it's a challenging time for him. And I know him, and I know he's a man of reputation, and he'll be able to fix NSS. Now let's come. It is also clear to make it clear that it is the president who sanctions the investigation. That means it started somewhere, and before investigation started. So the president is aware what was to happen by giving the instruction to the BNI and National Security to do it. And that is good. One, it also tells us that if we don't stop blaming politicians and forgetting of public servants, public servant does something, you forget of the public servant, and you want to pounce on the politician. You change the politician, and that rot will still be there. We don't fight corruption against only politicians. Corruption, it tells us that it's within the fabrics of the society, even at the trot station. And therefore, as a leader, you don't fight it only at the political level, but also the administrative structures.
And you think that's what the president is doing currently?
Definitely.
Sanctioning the investigation.
They have come out
that
with
we're having
reports,
prosecution.
and actions are being taken.
Mr. Chum says that the actions that are being taken are very much small in scope. They need to be broadened because a number of institutions and individuals were also implicated in the investigations undertaken by the BNI.
I think they are still doing their, BNI is still doing their part. They haven't finished. They are still doing.
And was in a report, I believe. They haven't submitted the report yet.
They are still doing more investigation. Even bank workers who collaborated will face the full rigors of the law. So it's not just at the top, but as to the last person. And it is very important because one shouldn't feel that because I'm here, I can do whatever I want and dissipate the resources of the nation just for nothing.
Do you think it is fair to say that in many of these actions where we've had concerns about graft being established, perhaps the political authority have only been able to prosecute only a small number of people, actually just small people at the top, just to give an indication of what is being done to reduce the canker and not holistically address it?
I think some are on bail. And the report I have is that the names were generated from the headquarters. So definitely we have accomplices coming up. And so I don't want to go into the, as if it's in court and they are working on it, so I will not go mad. But the presidency indicated that more institutions are being investigated and the reports will come out. So that means that the president is tackling corruption broadly, not at a narrow distance. But let me tell you, if we want to link it much to politics, a lot, if we want, I would suggest they should go back to 2006, 2007.
You are doing equalization.
No, I want
your
to,
argument.
I'm giving a reason. Yes, I'm giving a reason.
Now,
there was this, no, you see.
No, but you are doing political equalization.
No, I'm just saying that.
You are saying that it happened within the period.
I will add that they go and start from 2006 to date. Because what happened with a lot of this, when they have this, I've forgotten the name, teachers who have completed their national service but haven't been engaged could come back to serve. It was the former head, Kubenu, who came and stopped it. And at the end of the day, you could see that it has a meaning. Yeah, there was a meaning.
So you're saying the investigation...
He did well with
Indeed, we've been told that the investigations and the genesis of the whole problem perhaps dates over the last 10
For him
years.
going further to say that it is used for political activities, Alhaji Imoro worked in SSS, not today. He was a district coordinator.
Well, I've been told that he's been in the system for the last 25
years.
That's what we've been told.
I'm okay.
So that's fair enough to
Under this, several government came through and left. So was it there contributing for political?
So you're saying there's no collusion there?
So I don't admire when you just link to funding political party where you don't have a concrete proof of that.
So you don't have a proof. That's what he says.
But and two, but if it is used to fund political parties, why will the president sanction it? Well, the president knows that it is giving the party this amount of money every month, and still he went ahead and
as we conclude our discussions on this very subject, let's talk about appointments, and you all do it. And yesterday I was raising this with Obi Amwa, I was Bunsu Amwa, Member of Parliament for Ekuapem South, who came here. I was asking him, for example, when it comes to getting somebody appointed, even whether in the interim or substantively to take charge of a public institution, do you always have to appoint political appointees? I mean, can't we get somebody who is in a private corporation, who has had hands-on experience over a period over management of people and trying to manage all these to be appointed as head of the National Service Scheme, rather than somebody who perhaps is just an advisor to the president, not a mean advisor, of course, but somebody just from your fold or your stable being appointed into a public service. When are we going to see an end in sight to all these?
Well, I mean, my personal opinion, I think that people have to...
It's not safe to question Dr. Professor White is not competent. I know him very well.
People have to be appointed by merit, basically. So if they have the capacity to deliver, then why not?
Whether they are close to the political,
I mean, of course. I mean, you cannot. I mean, take away politics from the equation.
All right.
But then, it has to be based on the fact that the person is
competent
enough to take up the role that they are taking. Now, I mean, I just want to clarify something. My issue with this whole NSS thing is the fact that government itself has stated many a time that the reason why we are going through this economic situation is the fact that the public sector wage bill is extremely high. So I always expect that if that is the case, then priority should be on making sure that the wastage in that particular sector is very minimal, so that it would basically mitigate some of the economic situations that we're going through. It's as simple as that. You know, so you can be all emotional about it, but the truth of the matter is that if you're not able to deal with these things and other things that has gone on in this particular dispensation, we will still come back and then we'll be running to the IMF for bailout.
But
your last word.
Who sanctioned it? It's the president.
Okay, so
that means he's walking the talk. I'm okay. So he sanctions it.
I'm talking about appointments now.
In terms of appointments, competency is one. Experience count, but competency is one. And in the statement, it said temporarily he will take over. In a matter of this nature...
I'm not saying he's not competent.
Yes,
I hope you've not misjudged my...
No, I know. In a matter of days, you needed somebody to be there for the meantime to ensure that things run. It's very, very important. And that is why they appointed him there. At the end of the day, they will do extensive consultation. If he's fit, he will continue.
Well, thank you very much. We'll have to end our discussions this morning. And thanks for passing through the studios. We'll hope to have you again sometime. Eric Chum is Vice Chairman of the NPP in the Trobo constituency, and Trobo is in the Greater Accra region. How are you going with your elections in your constituency?
Very well.
Okay. You're going to have a center, I'm told.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, very well.
Why are you going to vote in the constituency?
Yes. Every constituency will have a voting center.
All right. And then also Adam Mutawakilo is a member of parliament for Damango. He's also a member of the NDC. We're told in some news report that they have a new party office, and according to the news report, estimated at $20 million. But it's not been confirmed though. Those are just news reports. We're entitled to say them.
We have a party office, and when the time is due, we'll make it. The information will be made available to EC per audit, and therefore they can go. AFAC is asking some question in respect of the general should come and say we should let a PNM come tell us about the Flagstaff House first. Then we'll also do that.
That's
but what has the Flagstaff House got to do with the party?
That's
went to Parliament.
Again, that's political talk. And that's what we do here. We don't only talk politics, we talk all subjects as well. And it's been the AM Talk on the AM Show. Next we have a lot more for you. Please do stay on.